All right, here I go cutting again. All right, guys, welcome back. My name's Austin. This is my computer case now because my old one got destroyed. As many of you may not know, or maybe you do know if you're following this, I don't like the way this case is. So we're gonna do some things. We're gonna avoid some warranties today. What I've got mocked up right now, this is the original. This is what goes right here and covers that. If you want to take this out or spray paint it or something like that, how you do that, there's these little tabs here. If you pull back on them while this front panel is off, you can pull back on all four of these and simply just push this out. Takes a little bit of patience, super easy. What I'm gonna do, excuse me, cat, is I've got this mesh here for my Core X5. If I pull that back, look at how nice that looks. Look at how well that lines up here. It looks like it's almost meant to do that, you know? So I'm gonna open this up, this whole thing. All this material back here, it's going away. And I'm gonna pull over on it with this mesh. And we're gonna have mesh from about here to over here to try and open up some of this airflow. See if we can't get some decent thermals. I've got this mesh that actually came with the case. It goes in this top panel. It's totally redundant. It makes no sense to have. So we're gonna use some of this. We're gonna line it up over there. I'll see you guys in the other room. All right, guys, so now we're in the other room. So basically what's going on here, got a Dremel with a random bit grinding wheel on it. I don't really know what these wheels are for. I didn't read the instructions, but I am smart enough to put some basic protective wear on. On this, the only reason why I've got gloves is because my hands will get sweaty. I don't want this thing running at 3,000 RPMs to slip out of my hands and cut me or my cat or something going on here. This is glass on top, so also need to be a little bit aware of that. I've got to cut down, there's still the protective whatever sheet on top of this. What we're actually looking at here, and the reason why we've got things taped off, is this is flimsy. You can see exactly how flimsy this is. It's terrible. It doesn't need to be much because the glass is adhered on, it's glued on. But with that, there's certain, you have to be aware of what you're cutting off. So you can see we've got it taped off, so we're going to be taping inwards and keep this little notch. This is just a plunger of some sort that pushes in and keeps this whole front face on the front of the case. So we've got 4 of them that we're going to keep in addition to these 4 here. And I think with all 8 of them together, we should be okay. These are probably going to get broken off. These ones are definitely going to get broken off, these outer ones. Here's the plan. We're going to cut a little slit in here where the mesh used to be closest to the glass panel. All right, so we're going to cut off these little bars here, and we're going to route that mesh fabric through here, wrap it around, and adhere it permanently to the inside. Then on the other side, we're gonna cut out pretty much from this tape to this tape, all of this column, okay? Hopefully what that does is it gives a bit more intake because these front fans are intake based. Then we'll take the fabric and wrap it around on this side, on the back side, and glue it. In that first shot, that was just us testing the thickness of the fabric to see if we could actually still put the front panel on with that fabric there. Let's get to chopping. most certainly do not want to do this is, one, it makes a huge mess. If convenience was your factor, then you would not be doing this. Like, straight up, you wouldn't. Number two, it's probably the fact that it's a lot of work. That's gonna open up things so much better. All this is gonna have to get filed down and worked, and yeah. Alright. She's been cut.
Time to clean her up.
Time to clean her up. Alright guys, welcome back. Here's a little bit of an update. Still same night, same time that everything's happening, but as you can see if you're paying attention, there's a little bit more material that's been taken out by yours truly. We thought about it. Having these pieces like right here, about this is probably backwards, but right here, is kind of stupid because when you get this mesh, it's just going to make this wall and make this obnoxious ridge here. And that's unnecessary because then the product that you're going to get is this hard angle. And that does not look right to me, and it doesn't look like right to Jessica. And we really want to keep with the case's design and keep it a bit more curved.
It's really hard to see the angle on camera, but there's this little ridge right here that ran the length all the way up to here, and it is the same height as the glass, and so the outside of it is this nice curve.
But it would make the mesh protrude farther than the glass, which would make like these two just bevels that stick out here, and we think that that looks stupid. So
what we came up with instead is
we've got these wooden dowels as demonstration. You can see support really does fit here and here. So we think what we're gonna do is we're going to JB weld a couple of supports in here, not these ones.
We picked up some fancy metal ones.
Right, they're a little bit smaller, they're a bit more sturdier. It will help provide a little bit more for the structural integrity here without actually hurting anything, really.
And it'll give us that nice curve.
Exactly. So, we also got some paint to spray paint them. That way you don't have this random bamboo color in the middle of this nice, sleek black case. So, that's what we're going to do. This obviously still needs to be polished up a bit, but I can't hit this with a Dremel. But I think that is just about it for tonight. Once more, this shouldn't have to be said, but this is not necessary. This is me being me. If you do what I am doing, I say go for it if you are confident, but I am not advocating that you do it whatsoever. I think that this is pretty much a terrible idea. So, that's all for tonight.